I figured this week I was just going to skip a bunch of steps, and so I can move right along into what I always do. Good morning and happy Sunday, everybody. So, what was my low for yesterday? Actually, my low happened, like, pretty much all throughout last night because, I'll be honest, I didn't get, like, a wink of sleep at all. Like, I could close my eyes, but, like, I was, like, tossing and turning. It was just not fun. But here's the weird part. I'm not tired. Like, and I was, like, dreading working out this morning because, like, lack of sleep. Of course, I'm going to be dogging it. No. Did a nice 2.5 mile run. Doing pretty good. Sorry, I had some water in my ear. Let's see, actually, it does go into my high, which, last week, if you remember, I had a wicked headache. And obviously this week I'm feeling a lot better, so being able to jump in after a nice, relatively hard workout, yeah, that's the best. That is clearly always going to be the best. And, got some angry ducks over there. Let's see, my act of kindness. What was my act of kindness yesterday? What was my act of kindness? Sorry. Sorry, I think I may be in like some post-nasal drip. Sorry. Let's see, my act of kindness. Let's see, what did I do yesterday as an act of... Oh. It's not really an act of kindness so much as it really would be more of a high, but, pretty much yesterday it was me and my father, all day. So, got to hang out with my father, so that was nice. And, I've actually been preparing for when I'm having some company come up, my grandparents, my cousin, I think my brother, his wife, and my nephews are coming up. I don't know, but... gotta get ready. I have to do a little more preparation work on that front. So, yeah, other than that, I'm just waiting for noon to roll around. It's actually, I think it's like 8:30 right now or something. Or maybe it's after 8:30. But, yeah, it was actually, it's like, I got up like early, surprisingly, because it was like 11 when I went to bed. It was like after, then I got like 8 hours, but again, I didn't really get like REM sleep, I suppose. Right, so last night's episodes of Amphibia were amazing. First things first, first episode, Swamp and Sensibility, which after so long, we finally got to see One-Eyed Wally again. Man, I missed Wally. I actually miss a lot of the original Amphibia cast. It makes sense. Season 2 has been, for the most part, focusing on the journey to Newtopia. So, you're basically entertainment value and everything else in between will rely on the four main characters and how they work off each other. And, for the most part, like this season, they've been doing great with that. Actually, since I thought they've been doing completely great with that all the way through. But it's really nice to see, like, old characters again. It was like seeing an old friend that you haven't seen in so long. Which, come to think, I don't think we saw Wally in the first episode of Season 2. So, I think since the Season 1 finale when we saw Wally. So, basically, this is based on the title, you probably know. It's based on the old movie Sense and Sensibility. Where, basically... Wally, from what we know from Season 1, he lives his life as, is kind of like a bum, kind of like a drifter. But it turns out he actually comes from a very prominent, very rich family. And, he's worried that, his family won't accept him for who he is. So, basically, the episode is, trying to show that. Keep in mind, Anne sort of kind of ruins that a little bit by sort of forcing it, which you really shouldn't do. But Anne redeems herself by helping out Wally in the end, so that was nice. And it turns out, even though Wally's personality is vastly different from his family, it's not that vastly different, because where Wally specializes, that was a B, oh yeah, where Wally specializes in playing the accordion, Wally's father, or actually I should say this, he goes by Walliam to his family. Walliam, that's funny. I like that. I'm surprised no one's really thought of that up until now. I don't know. That's like the first time I've ever heard that. Anyway, it turns out his father is actually good at playing the jug. Like, the big old, like, sort of glass bottle. You'd be like, I can't make the sound. Hold on. Something like that, I guess. But yeah, it was actually really fun, really entertaining. And they really are trying to see, one thing about this episode and the episode I'm about to talk about that's really appealing is they really want to milk the fact that, this is a Disney property. Like, for example, in the competition where Wally had to prove to his father that, he is, worthy, I guess. The announcer was designed and was voiced by the guy who does Kermit the Frog. Kermit the Frog and the Muppet, and the Muppets are owned by Disney, so there you go. Which is actually a nice touch. I was actually kind of wondering when we'd see something like that. But as awesome as that was, it doesn't even, well, actually it does sort of come close, but the second one was easily better. The Wax Museum. Let's just say, okay, well, I should explain. See, Amphibia was a show created by a guy named Matt Brawley. Before he made Amphibia, he worked on a show called Gravity Falls. A very good show, actually. And one that I sadly missed out when it first aired. Gravity Falls was a show made by Alex Hirsch, who not only made the show, but he voiced several of the prominent characters. He voiced the main antagonist of the series, Bill Cipher. He voiced the little gnome, Shmebulok. He voiced that one. He voiced Seuss. But without question, the main character that Alex Hirsch played in the show was Grunkle Stan. Well, this episode, Wax Museum and Amphibia, took elements from Gravity Falls, right down to the fact that they got Alex Hirsch himself to play the curator, who's dressed like Grunkle Stan, and Frog Seuss, who's basically, Seuss who looks like a frog, and he voiced both of them, thus, simulating a better overall experience. And it was actually really cool. So, actually, what was the episode? So basically, our four main characters have been traveling from town to town, and, Anne is, let's be honest, Anne is a human. She's a complete oddity. So she sees, I believe it's called the Skip Man, which is like a Walkman, but, it's like one of those, like, disc players or whatever, at this Wax Museum. And she makes a deal with the curator. Listen, I'm an oddity. You show me off for one day. Give me the Skip Man. We're even. But, much like Grunkle Stan's character in Gravity Falls, the curator was very shady. So, every single, like, creature that's in Wax is actually alive. So it's just like chaos, trying to like free everyone, trying to save Anne before she completely becomes a wax statue. It was actually kind of a creepy episode, in a good way, a really good way. Plus, if nothing else, it was really nice hearing Alex Hirsch again be Grunkle Stan and Seuss, or Frog Seuss. Yeah, but actually, I should probably explain. Seuss's real name is Jesus, or, Jesus, but, it's Disney, so they kind of got to be a little bit careful about that. But overall, they were fine, and he was funny. He was really, really, really funny. He was exactly as, there's this one joke where all the animals come back to life, and they capture the curator, they drag him behind a door, and for a second, underneath the door, like, blood comes calling out. And then the curator's like, don't get too worried. It's just wax. So, yeah. That was gruesome. I'm glad that Disney, over the years, has slowly but surely been a little more loose with, some of the stuff that they're able to do when it comes to relatively adult-related themes and topics. And just overall, action and comedy and scenes and stuff. But it really makes you wonder, they really are getting away with quite a bit, aren't they? So basically, the episode ends with Anne getting the skip man, and they it's like, on to Newtopia, which means Newtopia will likely be featured in the next week's episode, which I am beyond excited for. Because, everyone's been watching the promos for Amphibia Season 2. You know what's about to go down. I'm actually kind of wondering, because for Season 1, when they got to the mid-season finale and the season finale, they didn't play the opening. They just showed, the title screen, and then, boom, we're in. I wonder if that's going to happen next week. I mean, if it does happen, I'm so going to get bragging rights for it. Because bragging rights are awesome. And, yeah. Overall, this was actually quite a really fun episode. I can't wait to see what happens, a week from now. And, yeah. Can't wait to see, I'm actually looking forward to today. Because, again, I have family coming up. It's going to be great. I know we're going to be getting a lot of food, but there's something I actually kind of want to make. And I'll definitely post it on both my Facebook and my Instagram. And any other social media platforms I can. If I'm able to make this, that is. This would be the first time I ever would have, made it. So I'm actually quite curious as to how it goes overall. Let's just say it involves a certain party food. I don't want to give it away just yet. I mean, actually, now that I brought it up, I'm sure you guys are probably, going all over the place trying to think about, what it is. And you know what? Hold on a second. Actually, hold on. Hold on. Too far. Hold on. I'm like right by the edge of the dock, by the way. Yeah, so I want to show off my new swim trunks I got. See? Swim trunks. Figured. Actually, these trunks actually go with this towel a lot better than I thought. Just wanted to quickly show them off. And why the heck not? Even though I already jumped in, why now do it again? I actually need to use this towel, So, actually, I don't want to fall backwards. So, woo. Oh boy, that feels incredible. All right. There we go. Now that was very refreshing. So, yeah. Yeah, I know I didn't really need to jump in, but let's be honest. It's just plain old-fashioned fun on a nice summer day. And what more can you ask for? I mean, this is Cuca Lake, Oh, I got like some water in my eye. Yeah. Well, that being said, I think I better end this off here. Have some prep work, got some vacuuming, maybe a little bit of kitchen work. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but it's going to be fun either way. Like, favorite, share, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on the social media platforms. Turn on notifications on YouTube. I'm very humble. I made this video for all of you guys who are watching. Your family. Hope you have a wonderful wonderful Sunday. And remember, if any of you guys ever want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear. And I'll always have your back. Take care and make good choices. This image in the back never gets old.